Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. It's your girl Sophia Blue with the Colorway Podcast. Welcome to episode 2 of this awesome podcast that you're coming back to listen to. Thank you so much if you're coming back from the first episode. Today we're gonna do our mental digest, and our topic for today is gonna be this ridiculous ass TikTok ban. But without further ado, let's get started. Our color of the day today is olive green, which represents wisdom, clarity, and growth, perfect for reflecting, realization, and moving forward. So, when you think green, think growth, think tree, think life. You know what I mean? That's why I picked that color today. And the growth that I'm feeling right now is I was having an interesting conversation with my boyfriend the other night, and he asked me, when did it all change for you? And I was like, what do you, and when I say that he asked this so off guard, like I was not expecting it. He was like, what changed for you as far as like why you are the way you are with friendships and how you go about like being social because everyone speaks so highly of you, and yet you're the one person I know that's so distant from everybody that keeps to yourself. What happened? And so I go down a long, like, little spiel about, how I felt about friendships, different friendships that I had growing up, and how different shit was weird for me. And we'll get into that, I guess, later in life one day on these videos. But to keep it short, I just gave him, like, short little, something, something how what happened to me and why I process friendships the way I process them. And my main um one was a friendship that broke my heart the most, I would say, is a friend that I had since basically I want to say like elementary. I met her on the bus. Um and pretty much everybody knows this as like close friends. Even still today, if I see somebody from like the town that I'm from, they're like, "Oh, how's such and such?" or "Have you spoken to such and such?" Da da da. And it's so awkward because, like, no, I haven't. And me and her have always had this weird on and off friendship. Like, we'll be on for a long time and then be off for a couple years and then be back on. But I think this last time we had our quote unquote breakup or friendship breakup, this time for me, it's final. As I was going through the conversation with him, I kind of realized like, damn, this bitch was never my fucking friend. Fuck her. Dead ass. And it's so many small nuances that happened between us that was like show that like, oh, this girl was never your fucking friend, Sophia. And it's honestly heartbreaking because like one, obviously like I hold her to a high regard because to me she's a sister because I've known her so long. But to her, I was just like a person that she knew, and it was very obvious because that's how she treated me. But now that I'm like in my era of like understanding and growth, I see things more clearly for what they are. I've always been able to have clarity with stuff, but I don't know, with this one person, I was just so blinded by like the need and want of like sisterhood, but also I thought she was a sister. Um, but sorry guys, I burped. But it's been a lot of weird little things that she does or did that kind of like was like, oh, she never really liked me, girl. She hated me. She fucking hated me. And I have to like grieve that relationship, but also it feels like a waste of my fucking time. Um Not blaming her for all of my social life at all because there's a lot of like other shit, but like just speaking on this one subject with this one friend because she, in my opinion, was a one long time true friend. Um it She really like for a while it stunted my growth because each, as far as friendships or me branching out to get other friends, because like in my world I was always recovering from heartbreak from this friend. So I was always declining other like friendships because I'm like, you know what, these all these bitches are weird. If my one friend that I've had since fucking elementary can't do me right, these other bitches can't either. Like, I'm just gonna stick to myself, and then I'll get back friends with her. Then she'll do some crazy shit. We'll not be friends again. I cut everybody off. It's just like a cycle, right? And it's crazy because now I'm almost 30, and to think that I just feel like I've giving this bitch more control than I thought I was, but also like it's just disappointing because she's done some good things for me for sure. Never take that away from her. And she's not like just been like just this terrible, horrible person overall. But it's like, I mean, a little bit, yeah. But it's like, I don't know, like like something ain't right. And I know exactly what it is. I just don't want to drag this out, and I don't want to start a story because then I'm gonna have to finish it. If you want the story, a longer story time about this friend and the breakups and ons and offs, I guess comment down below and I'll tell you guys in detail about this friend. But it just had me reflecting on how hard it can be to let go of someone that I've known for decades, even if it's the healthiest choice for me. Um, and I don't know. It just, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It got me thinking and it got me grinding my gears. And I'm almost fucking 30. I'm sitting on my couch right now recording my podcast and I have no friends. And I've had a lot of friends. Like, it's so crazy. I've had the friend groups. I've done the things. I've had the girls, gone out to the club, shook some ass, did the things. But it's like I'm to this weird point and I don't know where to go from here. I do want friendships, but I don't know how to seek it, especially in the city that I live in. It's like if you weren't already established in a friend group, then it's like you're always going to be that odd man out, and you're always going to be like like the talk of the town in a sense. Like, if you're coming into a friend group where it's two girls already and they're letting you in, you're I don't know, maybe it's my insecurity. But it's like I feel like, well, if y'all have been kicking it for like 2, 3 years and I'm just now starting to hang out with y'all, I feel like if I do something that may seem corny or lame, or if I do this or do that, um there's gonna be like a group chat about me, or y'all are gonna go off and have y'all's conversations on the low when we leave the function or whatever. Like, I just don't want to be talked about, and I want a friendship that feels genuine and it feels equal. And it's so hard. I don't know if it's everywhere or the city that I'm in, but the culture is definitely like group shit. Like, yeah, like, oh, we're here, we've already been there, done that, bitch. Like, you're new to the group. It's almost like a hazing period that you have to go through with women in order to like join friend groups, and I'm just not with that shit. And people that know me, like, y'all know me, y'all know I don't be with a lot of shit. Like, I just be like, child, well, I'm gonna let you have it and I'm going about my business. But have you guys ever had to let go of someone or something that felt like a big part of your life, and how'd you cope? Because I do feel like it took me a while, this last situation that happened with me and my ex-friend. It took me up until like the end of 2024, and we're just now in 2025, to like officially like get over her. Cuz I'm like, "Well, why does she keep doing this to me? Why does she?" And she went no contact on me out of completely out of nowhere. I'm talking about me and her talk on the phone all day, every day. Like, She completely went no fucking contact with me out of nowhere. I'm calling her, texting her because she had a lot going on. We both had a lot going on in our lives, and we're just like keeping tabs on each other to make sure we're good mentally, physically, all that. And she just went ghost and out of nowhere sent me like a random fucking DM on TikTok. It was like, hey, just wanted to let you know that you're always been a good friend to me. Don't ever forget that. You're a very special person. And if you know this bitch, like, girl, if you know this fucking bitch, it's like, please, I guess you've come down for your fucking mental episode for the day or something. Like, please, like, I can't take it. Can't. But again, comment down below if you want me to talk about that more in depth. And so you guys can get a better understanding of where the fuck I'm coming from. Like, love her, love her. I don't know, but wish her the best nonetheless. And good luck on future endeavors and all that shit. But on the same flip, it's like fuck you for life, bitch. Like when she sent me that DM, not gonna lie, I screenshotted it to my cousin because she knows a lot of the story and she knows the back history and all that shit. And I'm like, girl, I can't. And she agrees, like, bitch, we can't. Like you bye ho. So yeah. But again, wish her the best and yeah. That was my mental digest for today. Let me know if you guys have through anything similar, if you guys have had a friendship breakup. Because they happen, right? Like they happen all the time, like whether you're young, older, like, and though they hurt, no one talks about how bad, especially when you're a fucking girl's girl. Like it hurts so bad. And then when you see other people have that community with their homegirls where it's like so deep and they're like fucking matching clothes and matching fucking wigs and it's just so fucking cute. And it's like, well, damn, what is it about me that can't attain this? Or not that I want like matching wigs or anything, but I'm saying like, what is it about me? Why? If I have my boyfriend, but why can't I have my own like person, like my own girl, like my ace, my bitch, the one I go to the mall with, the one I fucking that knows everything, that knows more than my nigga. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, but speaking of having to cope and move forward with things, child, it looks like we're about to have to cope with losing our good friend TikTok as well.
We have a
Um,
big important update from the United States Supreme Court. Wednesday, January 15th, the United States Supreme Court has announced will be an opinion day, meaning the court will release one or more opinions on the cases that have been argued this term, including possibly the TikTok ban case. Now, it's no guarantee that the Supreme Court will release the TikTok opinion on Wednesday, but this is the only opinion day currently set on the calendar before January 19th. And it's typical that the Supreme Court will announce ahead of time before releasing an opinion. But if the Supreme Court chooses to go a different route and issue an administrative stay or grant a temporary injunction, that will not happen necessarily on Wednesday. That could happen as soon as right now. So keep Wednesday in your calendars as a possible day for a TikTok decision. As soon as we get more information, I'll let you know. If TikTok is banned, my primary platforms will be Instagram, YouTube, Substack, and Blue Sky. Please give me a follow at the link in my bio on all those social platforms. And when we get more information, I will let you know. But mark your calendars for possibly an opinion on Wednesday.
I don't think that the Supreme Court has confirmed yet that TikTok is gonna be banned 100% on the 19th. But as of right now, it's kind of looking like it. Um, the government, I guess I guess if you don't know what's happening, basically for years now, TikTok has been trying to stir up this shit that, oh, our national security is at risk because the Chinese people at TikTok and ByteDance are stealing all your information to sell it. Now, me, a broke bitch, I'm like, baby, I'm trying to steal my information to sell it. Let me know who the fuck to tell it to. I'm gonna sell that shit. Cause like, what the hell? Like, I don't give a fuck about fucking TikTok selling, no Chinese people selling. Like I don't I don't know what y'all want me to say. Like we get everything from China. We're already integrated in the internet, like dark web. all of our information is everywhere, I feel like. So it's like, why are y'all honing in on TikTok? I have a few theories. One would be money. Obviously, it all comes down to the mighty dollar with America. If they can't monetize that shit, you're going to fucking jail or you got to get the fuck out. You know what I mean? Like weed. You going to jail for weed up until now, they're letting the white boys monetize it. So it's like, okay, we'll get a little more lenient. We can tax it now. So because they can't tax TikTok because it's not ran by or owned by Americans. Um, I guess that's what's happening. Like they're like, fuck it, fuck us, pretty much. And so the Supreme Court, they recently had their little shindig with the what's the guy's name? The the owner of TikTok or the CEO of TikTok, and where they kept miss fucking regionaling him or whatever the fuck, not misgendering, misracing him or whatever the fuck. The guy was like, "Are you a Chinese spy?" He's like, "Sir, I'm from Singapore." "Oh, but do you work in the Chinese military or the regime?" "Sir, I'm Singaporean." And that lets you know who the fuck we have as our government officials. These niggas are stupid, but that's nothing fucking new. But I guess on a brighter note, we have a lot of people switching to an app called Red Note. That's a Chinese based app. Everything is like 100% in Mandarin, but you can go into the settings somehow and change it to English. And all the people on my TikTok timeline that have tried this app have said that it's really good. I've seen nothing but really good reviews on it. So I'm interested to see. I have it downloaded right now, and I'm gonna like, after I finish this podcast, gonna try to play with it a little to see what's up. But I'm a hater and I hate new shit. So it's going to take me a while, I know, to like get into it and like it and try to like it, because if it's not exactly what I'm looking for, which is the algorithm, the setup, everything that TikTok has, I'm going to probably hate it. But I'm going to try my fucking damnedest. So I don't know. But I want to say, in lieu of it all, TikTok has for years been a I mean, TikTok has been amazing for people. If you think of people like Keith Lee, Risa Tisa, fucking, I mean, hell, I don't know, everybody, like a lot of content creators in general. I think, what's the lady that does all the shit in TikTok? Auntie with the pretty hair. She, they've people have gained a lot from TikTok, and I hate that I've gotten into the social media thing a little late, especially if they're going to ban TikTok, because it was such a platform for black people. I mean, really everybody around the world to just make money and build a community. And bouncing off the last mental digest of the first episode, the community, building a community is so fucking important. And TikTok made it so easy for us to like come together and build communities together and benefit off these communities and benefit off of each other and make money together and make money off each other. Like people are fucking eating. Like I think Keith, well, we've seen a lot of people's growth from the bottom, from like episode one up until like a million fucking trillion views. Like people like Keith Lee that has now traveled the world reviewing food, and he's changed lives in probably every single fucking city that he's touched because of TikTok. Like, come on, like that's something that should be remembered, and that's something that we should carry into whatever app that we have the foundation, we know what we're looking for, we just have to carry it. And I think that the American government is making a huge mistake, but I think they know that. But again, these are fucking 300-year-old vampires, so they don't give a fuck about like us and our thoughts on this or anything like that. Honestly, if you ask me, Mark Zuckerberg, big fuck, whatever the fuck, even though he pays me, Mark Zuckerberg, he for sure, I think he has a hand in this. Not to sound like a conspiracy theorist, even though I am a conspiracy theorist, but I think that Zuckerberg has a lot to do with this because TikTok was taken away from a lot that Facebook and Instagram is doing. Instagram tried to have Reels, Facebook tried to do Reels. It didn't work. It ain't TikTok. People don't even want to fucking post on Reels because it's so whack and the algorithm on Facebook and Instagram is so freaking whack. Like it's horrible and I, it's just not now. It's not for the now. Like, you know what I mean? TikTok is so hot. TikTok just keeps you in the know like instantly, instantly, instantly. I can't tell you how many times I've like had a story time and the algorithm is like, oh, they like know that I'm interested in this story time. So like 3 videos later, I'm on the next story time. And that's in a way it was beneficial for me, super beneficial for the person, the content creator. Like the whole algorithm is just set up for everyone, the viewer and the content creator to succeed. And I love that for TikTok. But now I guess Red Note is the new guy in town. They're trying, and he's number one on the social media app in the US Apple Store. So we'll see. The people are embracing it. But I don't know. Would you be willing to let go of TikTok if it meant safeguarding your national security? Or are you trying Red Note? Or are you sticking to what you know, which is Facebook and Instagram and I guess Threads and Twitter, X, whatever the fuck? Even though, I mean, I have an X, but I'll keep it to myself because I don't use my X for what the girls use the X for. Because Twitter got so boring after a while, so I just use it to watch porn. You feel me? Like easy access to porn. I get to see the girls I need to see and go on about my business. You feel me? Maybe that's TMI, but I don't give a fuck. Hey, it is what it is. Um, but I do recognize in closing, I will say. Just like my friend not serving me anymore, I guess us not serving each other anymore and having to cut that shit off. Um, maybe it is time to embrace a little change because I will say it TikTok on the other side is a little, it takes up a lot of our time. Um, especially our kids. These kids are like addicted to it and it's really hard to watch sometimes. So, and I feel like TikTok, in a way, it could be a situation where it doesn't serve children. But for an adult that works, I like to come home and detox and watch my fucking 2, 3 hours of TikTok and mind my business. But share your experiences with Red Note if you've tried it. What are your thoughts on the TikTok ban or a time that you've had to change or let go of something big in your life? Comment down below. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you again for watching episode 2 of the Colorway Podcast. And remember to always embrace the colors of your life. Ciao.